So we've completed the chain of custody test consent form, and we now need to prepare the sample ready to send back to the laboratory. So we have the sample in our in the cup here, and you'll notice I've put this onto absorbent material. So if we open the urine chain of custody test kit up and put the components, lay them out, and I'll show you what we've got here. You'll have two vials or two transport pots. And inside each transport pot you'll have a vial. This is where the urine is going to go. So take those out. You'll have there's another one in here. We've also got a little cup which we're going to pour the urine into. You could try and pour the urine directly from this pot into these two little vials, but it doesn't pour very well, and you could end up with the urine spilling everywhere, so we're going to use the little cup. We'll also have what's called a transit bag. This is in two parts, a front part and a rear part, and I'm going to explain that as we go through. You'll also have a postage paid envelope, track 24, that goes off to the laboratory. What you'll need to do before you send this off to the laboratory, either take a photograph of this or make a note of the 24 track number that sits underneath the barcode on the front of the envelope. If this does go missing in transit, at least that will give us a chance to be able to identify where it's gone to. So, coming back to the urine itself, as I said, we've got our absorbent material. So I'm going to pour some of the urine into the cup. I probably only want about a third full. I'm then going to take each of the vials and I'm going to pour urine into the vial. And these vials need to be around half full. As long as they're half full, that means there's enough urine in there for the laboratory to run the tests. Make sure you do these one at a time and put the lids back on firmly. Come to the second vial. And once again, put the lid on firmly. So I've now got urine in the two vials with the lids firmly attached. I've finished with this now, so I'm going to put the urine to one side. I don't need this anymore. So once I've got the vials here with the urine in, I'm now going to come back to the form, and I'm going to take my tamper-proof evidence seals off the front of the form, and I'm going to remove them one at a time, one marked A and one marked B. So first take the bottom one here, which is marked B. And what I normally do is I peel that off until the letter is just revealed, and I lay this flat onto the form, and I just peel the label down the side of the pot like that. So these have been signed and dated by the employee, or initialed and dated by the employee. The tamper-proof evidence seal goes all the way over the top and down each side of the vial. You'll notice that the letter for this this seal is on the top there, so this is the letter A. You have to just be very, very careful that you don't put any tears or rips into this label. If it's damaged when it gets to the laboratory, chain of custody has been broken and they won't be able to run the test for you. So once that's done, I put that into one of the vials, and I put the lid, screw the lid on there, and I now repeat the process with the second one. So as I said, peel that off until the letter has just come off the form. Lay the, I'm not sure how well you can see this, but lay the vial onto the form, peel the label down either side. And just like that. Screw that up. We now come back to the form, and at the top are 4 barcodes. You only need 2. So I'm going to take a barcode and I'm going to place that around the edge outside of the pot, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to repeat that process with the other pot. So we've now got urine in the pots, inside with the vials with the tamper-proof seals on, and the barcodes now fixed to the outside of each pot. And I come back to my transit bag that I mentioned earlier, There's two parts of this. There's an outer and inner part to this envelope. So I'm going to put these in the outer part, or the outside pocket. I'm now going to come back to my form, and at the bottom of the form here it tells you exactly what happens to each copy. So the white copy is laboratory copy, so in a moment I'm going to put that into the bag. Pink copy is the employee's copy. Should they want to get their own sample tested, they are entitled to do so. And all the details of the laboratory, where this is going to be sent to, is at the bottom of the form. They'll need to contact them and ask them what the procedure is for getting their own sample tested. The blue copy is the collector's copy, and the green is the employer's copy. And in most circumstances, those wouldn't be separated. So I'm now going to take the white copy off, the top copy, fold that up. And now we're going to put this into the back part of the envelope. There's a separation just in case any leakage in the post. There shouldn't be if you've done it the way I've just demonstrated. Peel the little sticky label off the top of the plastic envelope there and press that down, and you physically have to break into this now to get into the envelope. We come back to our transit bag. As I said earlier on, make sure you've taken a photograph, or at least made a note of the track 24 number on there. This now goes into the envelope, and we take the little seal off the top of this envelope and press that down, and that's now ready to go into a post box. The sooner you get this into the post box, the sooner you'll get a result back. You should get the result back within 72 hours of receipt at the laboratory. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, the pink copy is the employee's copy, so you give them a copy of that, and they can then arrange to get their own sample tested should they wish to do so. And the green copy and the blue copy are the employer's and collector's copy. And what I normally do is staple your first consent form, your initial one that we done when we done the first line test. I staple that to this, and you have a record of the procedure all the way through from start to finish. And that's how to conduct a second line chain of custody tests using Urine.